Well, hello and welcome to this week's edition of What's Up Danville. I'm your host, Mark Aaron, Multimedia Design Manager for the City of Danville. Today we're down at the Community Market next Saturday, November the 14th. It's the Bright Leaf Brew Fest here in the City of Danville. Joining me this week, Corey Teague and David Cross, both board members for the Brew Fest. This is the 8th year that we've had this here in the City of Danville, and it has gotten bigger and better every year. So on today's show, we're going to tell you about all the great things that are going to be happening here at the Brewfest on the 14th. And if you follow the craft brew industry, you know it has exploded in the last 8 years, and going to have a lot of craft brews on hand here at the Brewfest. And I know we talk about VIP tickets, regular tickets. VIP tickets are sold out. So if you haven't already got your VIP tickets, you're out of luck for this year, but you need to go ahead and mark your calendar for next November to get those early, because we're going to tell you all about the great things the VIPs are going to experience at this year's Brewfest. But regular tickets are on sale. You see the website on the screen there, so you can log onto the website, buy them online. If there's any left, they will be on sale at the door for a little more expensive, right? A little prices expensive day of, right?
That's correct. 27 in advance, and if there are any left over the day of, they'll be 30.
All right, perfect. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we can experience at the Brewfest and how it works. For any of our viewers who haven't been the first 7 years, David, talk about the tasting. You go to different tables, you can pick out different brews that you want to taste, and you get a small sample size of what they're offering, right?
Yes. Yeah, I don't have the exact count of beers this year, but usually it's in the neighborhood of about 125 to 130 beers, different beers that, and there will be some cider here as well. So okay. that's a great addition that we've added and increased those quantities. And each person coming in will get a sample glass, and they'll have a ticket. A sheet of tickets inside, and they'll have to exchange that for a 4-ounce sample of the beer or cider that they choose, and they can go and use that on any location that they'd like. Right. And the VIPs actually get an extra ticket. Yeah. So, but then there will be 8 different beers out there that only VIPs will be able to try.
Very good. So for the $27, how many tickets does that get you? How many samples can you have?
That will be 9 4-ounce samples of beer, yes.
Okay. So if I go through my 9, can I purchase more, or is that my limit?
You can get another sheet for $10.
Another sheet for $10?
Yes, they'll be available on site.
All right, very good. Now, I was talking about the craft brew industry. For anybody out there who are familiar with craft brews, they've just exploded over the last 10 years or so, and I know we're going to have a lot of local beers here in Danville that night, right?
Absolutely. Your beer drinkers are wanting higher quality, more flavorful beer, and this year, as Dave said, we'll have over 120 beers. 18 breweries from Virginia are represented, and of course our neighbor to the south, there'll be over 8 breweries from North Carolina represented.
Very good. All right, so now things are going to get started 3 o'clock on Saturday the 14th. If you happen to be a VIP, you get in an hour early at 2, but for general admission it'll be 3 o'clock, and we're going to go until 8:30. Is that right, Dave?
Correct. The last tasting will be at 8, and the bands will play until 8:30. So just keep that in mind that the tastings end at 8.
Okay, very good. And David mentions the band. The entertainment at the Brewfest has been great over the last few years, and I know this year is no different. We've got bands that will be performing inside the market and also in another area as well throughout the evening. So, and a lot of bluegrass bands here, right?
Oh, a little bit of everything from bluegrass, folk. We even have jam bands playing, so get a little taste of everything on our 2 stages.
Very good. So that's, like I said, you'll have 2 stages. So one will be set up here inside the market. Where will the other one be?
Well, there'll be one at the end of this room, and there'll be one in the other room.
Okay, very good. And we're talking about the VIP area. That's in a separate portion of the market, and then they get to sample some beers that no one else will be able to sample, right?
Correct. It'll actually be a tent set up outside, closer to the pavilion, and they will have 8 distributed beers, but then there'll also be the homebrew club will be here as well, that will be set up in there as well.
So is that the Trainwreck Brewery?
The Trainwreck Brewers, yes.
Yeah.
They are bringing, I think, about 8 beers for the VIPs to taste.
Very good.
Right, cool. I know they've been working hard for the past year on developing their recipes.
Now, if I don't like to drink, I know we have designated driver tickets that you can purchase as well, right, Corey?
That's correct. We have $5 designated driver tickets that will let you into the general admission area. It will not let you back into the VIP area, but there's plenty to eat and drink that's non-alcoholic here, so they can enjoy the music and the festivities.
And Corey mentioned food, so you will have food here that evening.
Correct. Golden Leaf Bistro will be having 2 separate point of sale stations, one on the front deck, which is new this year. For those, I mean, we want everybody to come and have a good time, and we do have folks that do smoke. The area that is the front deck that most people are familiar with smoking will actually be covered with a tent and be one of the point of sale stations for Golden Leaf. And another point of sale will be back by the back kitchen in the other side of the facility off the back. So, but I think they'll be bringing some good choices of food. It'll be a little bit different. We've been happy with the food we've had in the past. It's just we're changing things up this year, and I think people will be very pleased.
Right. And we do want it to be a safe event, so I know transportation will be offered. Danville Transit will have routes running from the event to certain locations, correct?
Absolutely. Barkhouse Ford is one of our sponsors this year, and they are sponsoring a trolley that has 3 points of pickup. So, of course, one here at the community market, one at Comfort Inn, and one at Averett University's main campus on West Main Street. So starting at 1:30 that day, they'll be making 30-minute loops to all of those locations. So go to that point, wait for the bus to show up, and you'll have a free ride and a safe ride right down to the facility. And it'll run until 8:30 that evening.
Okay, very good. So general admission tickets now $27. If you get them at the door, price is
$30.
$30. That's if any are left, because I know you all have sold out in years past and none available at the door. So you need to go ahead and log on to the website, brightleafbrewfest.com, right?
That's correct.
And you can purchase them online up until the day of, if there's any left as of this showing. I know it gets popular and popular. I know it has just gained in popularity over the last 8 years, and more and more people are finding out about it. I know you're attracting people from all over the region to this event.
We are, and that's what's great is that our host hotel is the Comfort Inn and Suites, and they're one of our sponsors as well, and they've been very pleased with the amount of rooms that they've been renting for this event. So it really does, and I think over the years that you're seeing more of that presence come from out of town, which is great for the area, not just for the event, but it's great for people to come to Danville and see what we do have to offer.
Yeah, that's great. Very good. All right. Well, we want to see you out here. It's Saturday, November the 14th. Things get started at 3 o'clock. If you happen to be one of those lucky VIPs that already have your tickets, things will get started at 2, and last tasting at 8. Things will wrap up at 8:30. We'll have live entertainment throughout the evening here at the community market, so we want you to come out. Food from the Golden Leaf Bistro, and again, you can get your designated driver ticket online as well, and the trolley sponsored by Barkhauser Ford will be running that evening to different points throughout the city of Danville. So looks like it's going to be another great event. So appreciate all the hard work the board has done to make this event so successful here in the city of Danville, and we hope to see you out at the Bright Leaf Brew Fest on November 14th. So thanks both of you for joining me today, and best of luck with the event.
Thank you very much.
And thank you at home for watching. Until next week, have a great day.